Hey everybody, welcome. Today we're looking at this badass mofo right here. This is the Elite Force Numerix licensed Heckler & Koch 416A5 Pro Line AEG. It is a pinnacle Airsoft AEG replica, and it is very much in the conversation for the best Airsoft AEG out of the box. But it also comes with an extremely high price tag, and we're gonna go over every bit of it to tell you if it's worth it, so stay tuned. Hey everybody, welcome. If this is your first time here and you're into gear guides and gun reviews and gameplay and all sorts of other cool airsoft stuff, join us now by hitting that subscribe button and that notification bell so that you don't miss anything. This is the Elite Force Numerix licensed Heckler & Koch.
No cock.
Heckler & Koch.
Stop saying that!
Do you have cock?
This is the Elite Force Numerix licensed Heckler & Koch 416A5 Airsoft AEG, and it is a one-to-one replica of the real deal. And the 416 was developed in the 1990s through collaboration between H&K and the United States Army's Delta Force. Delta Force replaced all of their M4s around 2004, and since this gun has been adopted by military units and law enforcement all over the world. And it was originally based on the Colt M4 carbine family, but with a lot of customizations that are proprietary to this, like a short stroke piston system that makes it much more reliable in the field. And it also comes with this proprietary free-floating four-sided accessory rail forearm, which has been adopted by many armed forces and special forces and law enforcement all over the world, like we said. And the A5 variant has various minor improvements over the original, like full ambi controls and an improved gas regulator for more consistent suppressor use. As we mentioned in the intro, this is a pinnacle Airsoft AEG, and it is very much in the conversation for best performing guns straight out of the box. And this one is provided to us for review by Fox Airsoft, where it goes for $455. So let's take a deep dive into everything on the outside and inside of this gun to determine if it's worth that pinnacle price. But first, let's see what's in the box.
Oh, what's in the box?
All right, guys, today we're checking out this guy. This is a big daddy. This is a pinnacle weapon in the airsoft world. And we're talking about the Elite Force and Numerix licensed Heckler & Koch 416A5 AEG. And this bad boy right here is a premium priced AEG for $455. All right, let's see what we got in the box. There's not a lot to the packaging here. There's no foam cutout, no molded plastic. It's just cardboard inserts, which is kind of interesting. Got a high capacity 300 round metal magazine. And this magazine that comes with this gun is the type that it's got this little tool that comes with it, where you actually fill this magazine up and then you have to use this tool to wind up the magazine. And I'm sure I'm a fan of that, but we'll talk a little bit about that later. All right, underneath we've got our product branding. This is sealed, so I'm not going to open that up because this does have to go back. Since that magazine was sealed as well, we'll borrow one we had laying around here. And this gun has this very unique raised area at the top of the forearm and the top of the upper receiver. It's almost like it's got a built-in riser. Built-in metal flip-up front sight, metal adjustable back sight, H&K trays on the sides. So yeah, it looks pretty cool. It's really heavy, but it looks like the pistol grip and the buttstock is one shade of tan. The buffer tube is another shade of tan or bronze. You had a third shade of bronze or flat earth, and then the forearm is another shade. So color-wise, it's kind of all over the map. All right, that about does it for what is in the box. So let's go talk about this gun. All right, guys, let's dig into it. This is a one-to-one replica of the real deal. This one is OEM'd by VFC, so you get that Avalon ECS gearbox on the inside, so you know you are getting quality and performance. It comes in a black or tan heavy-duty weather-resistant powder coat finish, and H&K actually calls it a flat dark earth scheme. Size-wise, it goes out to 31.5 inches long when it's fully extended, so although this is billed as a CQB gun, it's really not that short. And it says it's 5 pounds, but I would swear to you it weighs a lot more than that, which could be a distribution issue. It does come stock with a 12-inch 6.03mm tight bore inner barrel. It is a full metal body, and it comes with this huge proprietary free-floating four-sided accessory rail forearm that is very distinctive with this raised body style under the rail, almost like it's got a built-in riser. You've got an integrated metal flip-up sight on the front and adjustable flip-up sights in the back. they give you a small, tiny little set of ghost ring sights. You got HK trades and markings on the left side. Left side charging handle does open up to reveal a rotary style hop up. And you've even got an HK logo on that mock bolt. You notice that it does indeed lock back. You got a nice crisp left side bolt release paddle. And it actually comes ambi with the bolt release as well, where you've got this lever on the right side to release the bolt if you're left-handed. It's got a polymer molded pistol grip and this huge oversized trigger guard. Ambidextrous fire selection controls, which interestingly are plastic, and an ambidextrous mag release, which drops out your high capacity metal 320 round winding magazine. That is not what we have in it right now. We've got this KWC mid cap because we are sitting this one back and we didn't want to break the seal on the magazine. And there's no visible wheel on this magazine. It does require a specific winding tool that comes with the magazine. And supposedly it will feed the whole mag when fully wound. So I guess you could kind of treat it as a higher capacity mid-cap when you take it out on the field fully wound with other backup mags. But I can envision reload instances out on the field where having to have that winding tool could be a real issue. But I will say, in doing my research on this gun, and shout out to Airsoftology on this one, you actually can pop off the bottom plate of this magazine and reveal a traditional winding wheel. The buttstock has got a little button to press to slide the cap off to get to your small Tamiya adapter inside of the buffer tube. Now inside this gun, you do have an upgraded version 2 gearbox. It is the Avalon ECS gearbox. So you know you're getting quality metal parts right out of the box with a quick change spring system and a MOSFET. Now, Elite Force advertises that this gun's going to shoot 370 to 400 FPS with 0.2 gram BBs, and we've talked it up quite a bit as a Pinnacle AEG. So let's go see if the proof's in the pudding and see how this gun performs right now. The FPS is in a really perfect place in the low 390s with 0.2 gram BBs. And rounds per second on an 11.1 LiPo is a zippy 21. And you want to talk accuracy? I actually had to stop shooting for a second when we first started shooting this gun because the first 3 consecutive shots were bullseyes. Beyond that, the gun performed absolutely amazing, just like you would expect it to. And no matter how hard you try to spam that trigger, you're never going to over-rotate and you're never going to lock up. All right, so there you go. I mean, the first thing I can really say about this gun is it is really, really sturdy. I mean, you could probably chuck this sucker out of a 2nd story window and it's not gonna break. Of course, I'm being a little bit hyperbolic. Please don't chuck your gun out of a 2nd story window. We will not be responsible. But when it comes to performance, I mean, it's really hard to find anything to complain about here. I mean, after all, you are getting that Avalon ECS gearbox inside. And when coupled with a really good hop-up unit and a tight bore inner barrel, you're gonna get the performance that you would expect out of that, which is absolutely top-notch. So yeah, absolutely, the 416A5 definitely belongs in that conversation about what's the best shooting gun straight out of the box with the Crytek Mark II and the VFC Avalon. But we do have to point out the 416A5 is quite a bit more expensive, to the tune of about $100. So obviously the performance is outstanding, but there are a few things that I considered not so good that I do want to point out. The gun is described as a CQB AEG, and you definitely could use it for that. I mean, there's nothing wrong with using it for that, but it's not super short and it's really, really heavy. It probably would not be the first choice of mine to take to an indoor CQB arena. And speaking of weight, this proprietary front rail system it's super bulky. I mean, it makes the gun extremely front heavy. And then aesthetically, and this is really just nitpicking at this point, but it is something I want to mention. You can probably see it in the video, but there's a lot of different colors on this gun. It's meant to be brown or dark flat earth, but the receiver's kind of one shade of brown and a slightly different finish than the shade in the finish that's on the forearm, which is slightly different than the grip and the buttstock. But again, you know, that's purely nitpicking on the aesthetics. Performance-wise, absolutely nothing to complain about. All right, guys, thanks for sticking with us. We really hope this was helpful. And if you like what we're doing here and you want to help us out, like, comment, and share this video because it really helps us get out in front of more new people. And if you haven't already, join us on our Airsoft journey by hitting that subscribe button and that notification bell so that you don't miss a single video that comes out every Tuesday with bonus videos on Fridays. And until then, we'll see you next time. Oh, hey guys, we hope you liked the video, and you know, if you did, we've got a whole bunch more. In fact, there's a couple right here. You can look at this one, or this one right there. Or you know what, if you don't want to miss any of these, you could go ahead and subscribe by hitting that little round button right there. I mean, you don't have to, but I'd like you to. I do put a lot of hard work into these videos, but you know, you can do whatever you want. It takes a lot of time, but